Welcome to the Manitoba Marathon Full Marathon and Relay Course Tour. When you start your morning, you're going to be facing east on the north side of Chancellor Matheson Road. When the gun goes, you'll take off, heading east, past the Investors Group Fieldhouse, where you will then turn left and head north in the westernmost lane of University Crescent. This will take you up to Pomona Highway. As you approach Pomona Highway, you're going to want to turn right and head north, go across the bridge over Bishop Grandin Boulevard, and then when you get to the exit ramp from Bishop Grandin Boulevard, you will turn right. You'll now be heading east along the north lane of Bishop Grandin, which will take you to River Road. As you approach River Road, you'll cross the magnificent Red River onto the other side of the magnificent Red River, and you will then turn left along onto River Road. You'll now be going north on River Road and approaching the Mile 2 Hospitality Station. This is operated by volunteers from Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries. Shortly after the hospitality station, the 10K runners will be turning left into St. Vital Park. Full, half, and all the relay runners will continue north along River Road before turning right onto St. Vital Road. At this point in the course, you're at about the 3-mile or 5K mark. Continue east along St. Vital Road, and then you'll be turning left onto Dunkirk Drive. Now you'll be running north in the southbound lanes of Dunkirk Drive. As you continue north on Dunkirk Drive, you'll notice the Canoe Club golf course to your left. At this stage of the race, the running pack should be starting to thin out as runners approach the first relay exchange zone. It's also where the full and the half marathon routes split. As you approach the Canoe Club clubhouse, you'll keep left on the Kingston Crescent Dunkirk Drive exit ramp. This is where the relay exchange zone number 1 is located. The zone is operated by volunteers from the Prairie Region Council Public Service Alliance of Canada. This is at about the 4.8 or 7.7K mark. It's a crowded area, so it's important for full marathon and relay runners to continue east to the rest of the 26.2-mile course. As you pass through the exchange zone, you will be running east along Kingston Crescent. The running pack will be noticeably thinner now. A hospitality station operated by the St. Boniface St. Vital Rotary Club is located here. They are offering Gatorade and water. From here, the route continues east, past Carey Park and along Rose Warren Avenue before turning left on St. Mary's Road. You will now be running north along St. Mary's Road. It's a bit of a concrete section, but the pressure is taken off a bit by the great views of Red River and Gay Park to your left. There's not a lot of shade in this section of the course, but the sun shouldn't be too high in the sky as you pass the 6 mile and the 10K marks before turning left onto Lyndale Drive. You'll now be running west, north, and then finally east along Lyndale Drive as it skirts the Norwood Flats neighborhood. Runners will feel the breeze from the Red River along this 2-kilometer stretch. Hospitality stations are operated at each end of Lyndale. Kathy Miller and her friends will be at the south end, and volunteers from Solvera near the Winnipeg Rowing Club are at the north end. You're now approaching Main Street. Turn left onto Main Street and cross the Red River on the beautiful Queen Elizabeth Parkway. Over to your right, you'll see the Forks, where the Red and the Assiniboine rivers meet. Continue north along Main Street, crossing both the Red and the Assiniboine rivers. You will then turn left onto Assiniboine Avenue, where the route moves onto the bicycle corridor, as it goes through Apartment Alley, one of the most densely populated areas of Winnipeg. Continue west along Assiniboine Avenue to Kennedy Street and Mile 9, or 14.5K. You'll run past the Louis Riel statue on your left and the Manitoba Legislative Grounds on your right. The course crosses Osborne Street before continuing west along Granite Way. Great West Life Assurance Company is on the right, and the Granite Curling Club is on the left. A hospitality station is located here with water, sponges, and Gatorade. The station is operated by employees of Great West Life. This is known as the Mile 10 Hospitality Station, but it's only at about 9.5 miles. From here, take a left onto beautiful Balmoral Street and then wind your way past Yonge and Spence Streets before turning south on Langside Street, where you will run past the grounds of Balmoral High School on your left. From here, you will enter the Gates, or Armstrong's Point, a late 1800s neighborhood nestled in a large loop of the Assiniboine River. Runners will enter at the East Gate, continue past the stately homes and towering trees, before looping around and exiting via Middle Gate to take them to Furby Street. Next, turn left onto Wolseley Avenue and run past the Misericordia Health Center on your left. Continue west along Wolseley Avenue past Mile 11, or the 18K marks, and into the Wolseley neighborhood. You will soon come across the second relay exchange zone, located on Wolseley Avenue at Ruby Street at the Laura Secord School. This site is operated by the residents of the Wolseley neighborhood and is one of the most lively spots on the course. Runners will continue west along Wolseley Avenue to mile 12 or 19K and the hill overlooking Omens Creek where it joins the Assiniboine River. Runners will turn right onto Raglan Road where they will be greeted by local musicians in the Kingsman Club of Winnipeg Hospitality Station. Raglan Road runs north until it meets Portage Avenue, where runners turn left and start their journey through the stretch nicknamed the Desert. The Desert continues along Portage Avenue, past the Polo Park Shopping Centre on the right, you'll continue west along Portage Avenue over the bridge at Route 90, and you'll then enter the St. James neighborhood of Winnipeg. As you pass St. James Collegiate on the left, keep your eyes open for the Mile 14 Hospitality Station. It's operated by volunteers from the law firm of Thompson, Dorfman, and Swedman. A short distance further west along Portage Avenue will bring you to Overdale Street, where you will turn left to cross the Assiniboine River footbridge and run into the jewel of Winnipeg City Parks, Assiniboine Park. Once you cross the bridge, turn left onto Assiniboine Park Drive, which will take you to the east exit of Assiniboine Park and straight into Old Tuxedo and onto Wellington Crescent. Very shortly after you leave the park, you'll come across Relay Exchange Zone number 3. This is located on Wellington Crescent at Chattaway Boulevard. The zone is operated by members of the Downtown Rotary Group. Continue east along the northernmost lane of Wellington Crescent with the Assiniboine River on your left. The Rady Jewish Community Center is on your right. Members of the Rady Jewish Community Center are hosting the hospitality station that is located at Academy Road and Wellington Crescent. Next is a slight uphill section that lasts about a kilometer. You'll be running along the well-known and very well-shaded Wellington Crescent in Winnipeg's River Heights neighborhood. It's important that runners stay in the left or northernmost lane of Wellington Crescent. At this stage, you'll have passed the mile 16 and mile 17 points, and you will soon be greeted by the next hospitality station, which is operated by Winnipeg City Councillor John Orlico and a few of his friends. At the east end of Wellington Crescent, the course turns right onto Guelph Street. This marks the start of the final southward stretch toward the University of Manitoba campus and the finish line at Investors Group Field. This segment of the course will take you through Old River Heights, an early 1900s era neighborhood. Runners will soon turn left onto Dorchester Avenue for about a block before turning right to head south on Harrow Street. This will take you past the mile 18 or the 29K mark, and the next hospitality station is located at Harrow School. Volunteers from Bell MTS have operated this station for over 30 years and love to clown around with all of the runners. Next is the Jubilee Avenue and Pomona Highway overpass and underpass segment. Despite the construction and rebuilding efforts of 2017 and 2018, runners shouldn't have a problem navigating the interchange. At Miriam Street, full marathoners will be joined by half marathon runners as their course reconnects with the full marathon route. You'll now find yourself on Pomona Highway at the Les Weens Investors Group Hospitality Station located at Vic's Fruit Market at Pomona and Calrossi Boulevard. Next, take a left on Point Road and navigate the congestion at the final or fourth relay exchange zone in front of École Viscount Alexander. This site is operated by volunteers coordinated by Michael Price and his friends, and it's at about the 20-mile mark. After a couple of blocks, turn left onto Oakenwald Avenue and then run further into the Wildwood neighborhood. Continue east along Oakenwald Avenue before turning right on North Drive. Here you'll find the very energetic hospitality station at mile 21. The station here is manned by folks from the neighborhood, right in front of their community center. Runners will now be running south along North Drive, past the stately St. John's Ravenscourt Private School and their pristine athletic fields. Soon after this, runners will turn right onto South Drive. The view of the Red River to the right is hidden by these beautiful homes dotted along its banks. At mile 22, just before the next left turn onto Crane Avenue, is a hospitality station operated by volunteers from accounting firm KPMG. The turn on Crane Avenue takes you into and through Crescent Drive Park and mile 23. And it curves west to the hospitality station sponsored by Thermea Spa on the right. It's operated by volunteers from Ted's Run for Literacy. You'll now be approaching Pomona Highway. Turn left onto Pomona Highway. You'll hit the mile 24 or 39K mark, and you'll be able to cruise through the water station operated by Fort Garry Mennonite Brethren Church. Continue south along the east lane of Pomona Highway to University Crescent. Along the way, you'll recognize where you turned east onto Bishop Grandin at about the 2K mark earlier in the day. There it is there. Now, cross the bridge and turn down the final stretch of University Crescent. Now's your chance to grab one last gulp of liquid or cool off in the shower just past the arch on the right side of the road and into the Intrepid Design Hospitality Station. This is about the 40K or 25-mile mark, and soon enough you'll be in sight of the Investors Group Field Stadium. You're almost done. At this point, you're going to want to turn right onto the newly built transit corridor at the north side of Investors Group Field. Continue along the transit corridor, where you will make a left and then another left that will get you on to the loading dock. Run down the ramp onto field level and then over the Manitoba Marathon finish line. Congratulations, you've done it.